Section 23, Broker Supervision and Risk Management. Sarah was settling into her new routine when David stopped by her desk one morning. "Before we start today's sales meeting," he said, "I want everyone to pull up one of your active transaction files." The room became quiet. Some agents opened complete files with every document neatly organized. Others immediately realized they had missing signatures, unsigned disclosures, or emails they had forgotten to upload. David smiled. "This isn't about embarrassing anyone. It's about preventing problems before they happen." Sarah looked at her file. Everything appeared complete. She asked David, "Why do brokers spend so much time reviewing files?" David walked to the front of the room and opened the Arizona Administrative Code to AAC R428-1103. This rule requires Arizona brokers to exercise reasonable supervision over the activities of their affiliated licensees. He continued, "Notice something important. The rule doesn't say the broker closes every transaction. It says the broker must supervise." David explained that broker supervision protects everyone involved in the transaction. It protects buyers, it protects sellers, it protects licensees, and it protects the brokerage. The purpose of supervision isn't to slow transactions down. It's to identify problems before they become complaints. Imagine you're representing buyers purchasing a home in Gilbert. The inspection contingency expires tomorrow. While reviewing your file, your broker notices the inspection response was negotiated, but the buyer never signed the final inspection addendum. Without that signature, there could be confusion later about whether the buyer accepted the repairs or intended to cancel the contract. Fortunately, the issue is discovered before the deadline passes. A simple phone call to the buyer resolves the problem. This happens more often than people realize. File reviews aren't looking for perfection. They're looking for missing pieces. Experienced Arizona brokers know that small mistakes rarely stay small. A missing signature today can become an ADRE complaint 6 months after closing. An unsigned disclosure can become evidence in a lawsuit. An incomplete transaction file can make it difficult to prove what actually happened. That's why strong broker supervision benefits everyone. David reminded the agents that risk management begins long before a complaint is filed. It begins by developing good habits, using the most current forms, uploading documents promptly, documenting important conversations, following office policies, meeting contractual deadlines, asking questions before acting. Those habits create consistency, and consistency reduces risk. Sarah remembered one of David's favorite sayings, "Hope is not a risk management plan." He explained that many licensees believe they'll remember important conversations later. Unfortunately, transactions move quickly. Buyers change their minds. Sellers forget details. Months later, memories become unreliable. Written documentation tells the story long after everyone has forgotten the conversation. David shared an example from several years earlier. A buyer claimed they had never authorized an extension of the inspection period. The agent believed they had discussed it over the phone. Fortunately, the agent had followed up the conversation with an email confirming the buyer's instructions. That email became the key piece of evidence that resolved the dispute. One simple follow-up message protected everyone involved. Professional realtors understand that good documentation isn't about expecting problems. It's about preparing for the unexpected. The Realtor Code of Ethics also supports these practices by encouraging competency, professionalism, and accountability throughout every transaction. Experienced brokers often tell new agents that risk management isn't one big decision. It's hundreds of small decisions made correctly every day. Each completed disclosure, each documented conversation, each uploaded document, each question asked before making an important decision. Those habits build successful careers because they demonstrate professionalism while protecting consumers. As we move into the final section of this chapter, we'll examine practical strategies that every Arizona realtor can use to prevent ethics violations and build a career founded on integrity and public trust. Online discussion 1. Why is broker supervision an important part of consumer protection in Arizona real estate? Broker supervision helps identify problems before they affect consumers. By reviewing transaction files, monitoring compliance, and providing guidance to affiliated licensees, brokers help ensure transactions comply with Arizona law and reduce the likelihood of complaints or disciplinary action. 2. Imagine your broker discovers a missing disclosure before closing. Why is finding the mistake early so valuable? Answer. Identifying missing documents before closing allows the issue to be corrected while the transaction is still active. Early intervention protects the buyer, seller, brokerage, and licensee, while reducing the risk of future disputes or complaints. 3. What daily habits contribute to effective risk management? Effective risk management includes documenting conversations, maintaining complete transaction files, meeting deadlines, using current forms, communicating clearly, following office policies, and consulting the broker whenever questions arise. These habits help prevent small mistakes from becoming larger legal or ethical issues.